Skydiffers. My name's Cough, DJNerfStudios. They have an interesting one. This is a map made by, well, obviously me, because I'm in it. And I'm the host, and I don't understand why. But this map made by me and actually my brother Rylan, so he's kind of partner in crime with this terrible map. I mean, it's not terrible, but he he helped build. But as you can see, if we dig down just a little bit farther down, this is getting into this. Okay, so if we put that back, put this back, and kind of go over here, dig down, you see that under here is just a huge, like, railway of explosions that I had to make to get to this area, so, yeah. Wow, I'm surprised I actually found my way back. Anyway, this is Array, and it's kind of a mixture of, like, everything. This is done in actually a 50 by 50 block space. It might be like 1 or 2 blocks bigger, but, yeah. And I have 10 chests, counting the 5 in the middle. And honestly, I was gonna add more, but I feel like I only want to start with 10, just like I did with Woodland, and I actually have an update for that too, that I gotta put out there. So, a lot of the like pigs and cows are just roaming around. I only placed 1 spawner for pigs and 1 spawner for cows, and they're absolutely everywhere, which is good. You want them to be kind of spread out, but whatever. So Ryan gave me some ideas, and I had some ideas, and we just kind of both went to town, I guess. So the first thing is, pods are, I would say, I mean, they're not completely done because I still gotta add the regeneration, but they're, I would say, a class 1 or a tier 0 would be literally just like this, watch. Like this. And then you just say go or whatever. Tier 1 is just a simple mechanism. This is a simple mechanism. Tier 2, I guess. Tier 1, that would be tier 1. Tier 2 would be having like an enclosed, like, this with a piston here, so then you would have to, like, you would be running up against this, and then the piston would go, and then that's a bit harder to do. Tier 3 is like what I have here. Tier 4 is this, but like, as I said, standing up. And Tier 5 is literally just the best. Like, whatever you could think of. I guess it would be this, but literally, like, I don't even know how you would make that better. The Forest obviously has the best that I could possibly think of, so yeah, I guess, or whatever. And this is actually a pretty mixed map. It has a lot of different things that I think the Forest did wrong. And it has a lot of things from, like, everything. You have the small size and nice playability of Woodland. You have the openness of, let's just say something like Fort 115 would be. You have obviously this is like Woodland or the Forest. You have just a mix of everything, just like the Forest. Most importantly, you have it fits. The Forest did the thing that I think is what, I mean, obviously it being too big is the worst thing about it, but I think the actual worst thing, other than the player limit or the player count or the map size, I guess I should say, is that nothing fits. You have a nice flat forest, okay, like oak trees and whatever, and then you just get thrown in like watchtowers that are literally just posts. Then you have that are literally just posts with a flat top, with a chest on it, and fences. And then you have like the most beautiful watchtowers, literally like right next to them. You have little crappy places, then you have the huge, it's just like really out of place. Nothing fits, and it's all boring. Let me actually check. Okay. Alright. I'll check I have like an entire reminder set for things. But, Hunger Games and Survival Games, and actually I had one for the Forest, but I just moved it to Survival Games. That's how much I don't really like the Forest anymore. It's actually not that fun. I mean, it's fun, but like not, I don't know. Also, this is like the most beautiful map that fits all together, kind of. You have a nice cabin, another cabin, that honestly, this is like a a basic thing. I try to go out of my way and make something different with this. Usually I don't do things like this with fences that are really tall with a window like up there. And I really wouldn't go and put this here, and I don't know, it doesn't look like something that I would really build. Rylands had to honestly get changed a lot, but in the way that's like, I had to help him so nothing would get ruined. So first, he was planning to have the floor as cobblestone and the roof. So I said, okay, we have andesite. Then he was gonna have cobblestone stairs here, so I said, let's change that. I let him put a grindstone in because I don't know. I helped him a lot. He picked the window colors, he picked these pumpkins, he picked the ones, some with skulls. So he picked like basically every block, and helped me build it. So really, I was just kind of like the first in command that tells him if it's okay. I said, what size do you want? And it worked out. And then you have what looks to be like a gun shop. This nice roof, it just looks like it would be a gun shop. And you walk in it, kind of like a gun shop. Just like the other thing from that other map. Then you have a leather cap and chest. We'll get to what's in the chest in a second, because that's the weirdest part about it. But what I did was, in the middle, surrounding the middle, was all acacia trees, and then everything else is just oak. And then you see these, which we'll get to later. And these go down. Kind of already saw it. But, yeah, Ryan gave me the ideas for a lot of these things, so, yeah, just kind of a collaboration with them. So first, I guess we look at the middle chest. This is mine, so obviously, top is an iron sword, and there's healing potions. I gave what is next to me, swiftness 2 for a minute 30. Iron boots. Over on this side, sweet berries and stone sword. This side you have an iron helmet. There's a full set of iron armor with an iron sword, as you can see. My build, pretty simple. Really good items in there. You have that. Pretty good. And this is like, the loot isn't as good as like the forest, but not as bad as woodland. I don't know. We'll get to rounds in a second. We'll go to the gun shop. I just like to call it the gun shop. Pretty simple stuff in here. Honestly, I might give it like 2 normal potatoes. I don't know, I had to go all the way over there, whatever. You do have, I mean, this is really good stuff. I guess now I have to look at, this. So I just made this interesting. Just put, where's terracotta? Went down. And there's actually a hole here to get to this chest. And this pretty simple little mine thing. This is actually connecting to that huge explosion. Actually, this is like that. pretty simple stuff in here. Then actually to get out, you have to just jump. Automatically goes up. The Rhinelands is probably the most interesting build. So one that I would have really never done with the pumpkins, and I just added the bells. But pretty simple. Actually, we're gonna add a smoke, not a blast furnace, and add one of that fits. Actually, can we get a spruce where I fit it very well? The front, nah. Just leave it go. Not too much detail into it. There's a campfire right here, which you could cook food on. Pretty decent loot, but I would say the most weird part that I found out. The chimney. Looks pretty good, but you see something there. These are actually, item frames. So yeah, there's a pig spawner right here, a cow spawner right here, and the coolest part is rather than said, let's make a sewer. So I just kind of wanted to make a simple one. This looks nice, by the way. So you go down here and you see that it's actually just a line going down. A bit fatter on the side to run. Barrel with actually really good loot. Yeah, I would say that's like one of the better places to go. And just really, honestly, this versus Woodland. Woodland's probably better because the loot is more refined, and honestly, it just worked out really well. I will have a video probably actually maybe tonight of the update, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about it because this is honestly the only map that I've really tried to make good with Ryland. Honestly, if he had an idea, I stretched that idea and made it mine. Not trying to be mean, in a good way, I'm saying. Because I don't like having him build full things. Because he built stuff out of lapis, diamond, or lapis, emerald, and stone, glowstone all over the place. Obviously, he used the jack-o'-lanterns. Honestly, this over here turned out better than I could have honestly expected. Honestly, might even say that it turned out good for what it is, you know. I just had to morph it into something that wasn't totally awful. Honestly, putting these here would make it look a bit different. Break it up a bit. Maybe not break it up, but just add some depth and more things to enjoy, to look at. Maybe not enjoy, because it is a pretty. This is a very fast map to make. Honestly, if I could build one thing in redstone, multiple of them too, it would be pods. I've gotten so good at it. All you really need is, I mean, you could do lever, button. I like the forests was difficult to make because I had to have the simple, like, when this turns on, all these go on. But then, since when it was on, technically you're trapped. So when it turns off, then I had to make it so then the other thing turned on, like the redstone for the dispensers for the like race spirit thing. So instead of it being on and shooting, when it turned off it would shoot. So I had to have like a separate reverse circuit for it. So it was really difficult, and I've never done that before until that day. But that's it. And honestly, if you guys want to see maybe this being played with, Jaden is back. I don't know if he hasn't had his actual birthday party yet, so I don't know if he is getting Minecraft. I would say probably, but I don't know. But that's that, guys. If you have suggestions, I would love to hear them, because this is gonna be basically almost like a map that I was gonna do called Fraction, which I might still do, which is like all my friends build stuff on map, we each have like their own little like maybe 50 by 50 block section. Maybe like Gamer would build like, let's just say a factory. Rylan would build a pumpkin, like a Halloween thing. I would build like a swamp. Jaden would build whatever. Honestly, I was actually gonna do this. Make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do this. Just kind of outline this. Well, let's do this. There we go. Honestly, this map turned out better than I expected. If there was one thing I could change, it's that the items would be more balanced. Because they're really overpowered chests. To be honest. But that's it. If you guys have suggestions for like location, because each update I'm gonna do just like woodland. Have yeah, extend it 5 blocks each side, so like 10 blocks or 10 blocks that way and 10 blocks that way, and add 1 chest, whether it be to an already existing thing or a new thing. Honestly, there's a lot of room. I'll say right there, or even somewhere over here, because there's really only 1 chest over there. And this is just kind of a laid back build. So if it looks pretty bad, that's why. Honestly, it looks nice. The water section just kind of blends into all this other stuff, and honestly, I almost took all that stuff. I'm used to just kind of rushing around, and I don't know, is this too small? Is 50 by 50 too small? Because I usually only have 2, and of course now that I'm getting all these people, I have these small maps that I try to make as small as possible. Which sucks, but whatever. Honestly, it turned out better than I would have expected it to. So that's good. I don't know. But that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Give me your opinions for anything, updates or whatever. I'll see you next time. Peace out.